Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media presents Around the Region, the Fall Sports Show. I'm your host, Mark Krieger, alongside Ryan Garnett and Edward Hall. Ryan's with us right now, and they were just in the camera shy, gets nervous. It takes him a while to build that nerve up. But Edward will be with us in a few minutes. But Ryan, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm sitting here trying to post a link to Twitter and everything like that. Trying to stay warm in this weather. As you see,
Talk
I'm in a
about.
sweatshirt in my house.
Oh yeah. Talk about this weather. Just everybody hope that everybody's home safe, and for the ones who out working and can't help not to be home, just please be careful getting home whenever you get off work, and whatever you have to do, what business you have to take care of. Don't underestimate them streets. Looks like we're gonna get some rain in here after a while, but it looks like all that stuff in the morning is going to turn back into snow, and then the cold temperatures are really going to hit. So tomorrow midday might be a little messy for all of us. So just hopefully we get through it. Buy a couple more loaves of bread, maybe some milk, some hot chocolate. We'll be good to go, won't we, Ryan?
Oh yeah, it's been an eventful weather here today.
We've got a pretty good show lined up tonight, Ryan. We've got some very special guests tonight. We're going to start this show off with Bella Sizemore for North Laurel. We was chiming in on them a little bit before the show, and haven't lost a game this year. Trent Cole from Harlan County, what performance he put on the other night at Harlan, and Monty Wynn, just a very special athlete their own, and just cannot wait to get these guests. I'll get it started. And before we get it started, let's give a shout out to some of our photographers that stepped up big for us. Again, Keisha Ambergy, Jonah Deaton, John Dickerson allowed us to use some of his pictures tonight to make some super graphics. And thank you, John, for allowing us to do that. And then, we've also got Valerie Rutherford and her pictures. And of course, Allison Besser gives us some great pictures too. And couldn't be here without the help of Larry Spicer, Shane Shackford, John North, Aston Sloan, and the list goes on. And Ryan, you're taking some pretty good shots yourself. So
Yeah, I've not got a picture on StreamYard here, but I do got it on my phone. It is actually my photography page. Every game I've been to is on there, and I've took a lot of pictures. So feel free to share them, do whatever you want to with them.
yeah, he's actually there. There's Edward. I think Edward Hall is in the house.
Maybe.
He said maybe. So while he's saying maybe, let's take a minute to go ahead and thank our sponsors. Of course, we got started with Bright Family Medicine. Again, Ryan, we talk about them every week about their generosities that they've showed us. We got the nice little hoodies now because of them. We got the plaques that we're handing out some of these games because of them. And guess what? They just want to sit behind the scenes, and they're just doing that to help do their part. And just a really, really good group of people. Cannot say enough about Private Family Medicine. And it's going to get cold the next few days, so there's going to be some runny noses. So you know where to go. Get you some
Yeah,
antibiotics, get you some
yeah, I'm
all that
already
good
back.
stuff.
I'm already back to them.
Oh, already back to him. Ryan is already back to him, and I've even got people in my house watching the show. So everybody's showing me the love tonight. And again, thank you, the viewer. Great numbers so far. So we'll get this going. Let's take one more sponsor of ours. I cannot say enough about this young lady herself, Heather Martinez. And just again, she's another one that's come in there and just showed us great generosity. And she don't want to be in the forefront. She just said she come to us. We didn't come to her. She come to us. What can I do to help? And we worked out something with her. And she was all for it. And Case Crowley says no school tomorrow, Mark. And Case, I'll love you to death if you're telling me the truth. Hopefully, you're not messing with me. But I don't think Case would come online here and tell us any different. Case straightforward. I'm telling you, we're going to get Case back involved in this eventually, hopefully with us. Case is a great guy. We love him to death here at All Sports Media. I'm telling you one thing. when it comes to talent in this business, they don't get no better than Case Crowley. And this guy's got a future in this, better than me. And they were, I'm sure, would say better than him. And Ryan, I'm sure you'd probably say better than you. He is a very talented young man, and we love him around these parts. And hopefully, we get him on some of these shows eventually. And thank you for the good news, Case. Hopefully, he's telling me the truth. He might be messing with me. He might be messing with me. So let's just hope he ain't messing with me. But Everett, are you back?
Yeah, for now.
Okay, so how you doing for what? Are you staying warm? Have you been out doing donuts and parking lots and all that good stuff right now?
Well, having bald tires on your vehicle makes it a little bit easier to do donuts. So,
And Coach Daniels gives us a update, and I think Ryan's going to go over some of that too himself too later on. But Coach Daniels says, "Good evening, fellas. Good evening to you, Robert, and hopefully you're home safe and warm. Maybe sipping on some hot chocolate right now or something." And he says he always been moved to Tuesday night. Again, thank you for the info. And again, you know, what else can we say? We Case Crowley, Robert Daniels. We're talking about guys that we love, and cannot again. Robert Daniels, another really good guy, has helped us tremendously on this show, and the viewers. Wow, we see the numbers, right? The views are really good right now, folks. So again, thank you for coming on. Hopefully, we can put you on a good show. And are you ready for our first guest?
Yeah, and I will.
sure am.
I'm not gonna break the ice before we actually release this video on here tonight. I have made us a commercial. We will release it here
Well,
at some
what do
point
you
today.
do? You want to do we want to play it during our Bella interview? Because Bella's a straight shooter. She'll tell us if she likes it or not. But there's still some kinks to work out on it, right?
Yes, I've
There's
got
still
to fix some stuff on it.
Okay, maybe we'll ask her to give us a grade on it. If she does, okay. So let's welcome our own Bella Sizemore. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
We was talking a little bit of North Laurel basketball before this show started. And it's hard not to notice you just haven't lost a game. You are absolutely just, I don't know the word for it, but you are just, wow. You are just on top of it right now. Um, I'm going to ask you first off, just again, thank you for coming on. And just give us thoughts about the season so far, just about your North Laurel Jags.
Yeah, we're having a really good season right now. We're undefeated, but we won the WIMT Classic, which is a big first win, the big first tournament that we would like to take home. We also won the Smoky Mountain Classic up in Pigeon Forge, which is also another tournament that we obviously enjoy. But at the end of the day, we're not looking at a perfect record when we go into tournament play. We just want to win. And every day we're trying to get better. Every day we're figuring out new things about our team. So we're just going in like, hey, we're ready for district, we're ready for region, and make a run at state.
Um, we've had like back to back really good guys to comment. We talk a lot good guys, good young females too. When I think of good guys, I cannot hesitate but say Coach Mahan. I think the world of that man more than anything. Just talk a little bit about your head coach.
Yeah, Mahan is obviously a tremendous coach, and he takes it very serious. We practice hard, we scout really hard. He has every team scouted, no matter if they're district play or just a regular old team. We have a scouting report, and we have to know it. And he questions us about and everything. So it's kind of like at a college level playing for his basketball team. But at the end of the day, it rewards us. We have not only is Coach Mahan, we have Ivy Birchall on our coaching staff, which a lot of people wouldn't expect. But then we have obviously other tremendous assistant coaches that get us ready. It ain't just Mahan. Obviously, Mahan does a lot of work and he watches film. We watch film. We get scouting reports. But our assistant coaches play a lot of role in it. With Coach Birchall's his play, he's so smart with it. He knows basketball, and I feel like that comes a very long way with not only playing basketball, but understanding what you're doing out there is what separates us from other teams.
Now, before we let you go, I'll let Ryan and Edward ask you a few questions. I've got to ask you a favor, Bill. We're trying to put together a commercial. It's not completely worked out yet. It's like a little short 30-second one. So could you watch it for us and give us your honest assessment on it?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, okay. But Ryan and Edward, I'll let you ask her something.
You want me to go ahead and play the video?
Well, she's ready.
All right,
Yeah.
Bella's
here.
ready. She's a gamer. The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
That was pretty awesome. I liked seeing you guys play basketball up in there. That I think that made the video.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
I've got to take off the sound. I fixed it, and then it went, hey, wow, Edwards disappeared. So I've got to fix it.
I thought it was pretty cool.
so do you like it, Bella?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, she likes it. We'll run it then. Okay, so it's been Bella approved on it.
Yeah,
We'll
it
check.
has.
But I will let you on some inside information before they take over. No, Ryan taking the half quarter, Edward doing the hook shot, me doing the granny from the free throw. Guess who only was the only one who hit the shot?
I guess you. I figured.
Yeah, but
He had to have
notice
that
he
in
he
there,
took
didn't he?
he
Wait,
took the
get you
closer
ready.
of the shots though.
I thought it was pretty close.
I took the longest of the
Uh,
three.
Bella, would you do a granny shot from a bunch of people in the gym?
I don't know about it.
There's a few people laughing at me like, "What's he doing?" Yeah, yeah. But Ryan Edward,
You want me to go first, Edward?
yeah,
I've
go
got
ahead.
I've got my piece of paper here. Uh, I know y'all made it to the Kesaway Sweet 16 basketball tournament last year. What's it going to take for y'all to get back to the Sweet 16 again this year?
I obviously didn't play last year due to different little things, but the prior year we made it to the Elite Eight while my sister was a senior. And honestly, it's a new year. We have new pieces together. We're obviously running a new offense and a new defense. We don't have a true post play down there, but Mariella, we have her, but I consider her more like a guard. She can shoot threes, she can run, she can dribble. So our defense is more like a run and jump. We are very fast. We're going hard at it. So at the end of the day, it's a new year and it's a new style of playing for us. But now, I mean, as many people know, we're ranked third in the state and we have a good shot at winning state this year. So we have that on our back. We're like, hey, we're not going to look ahead to state. We're going to win district. We're going to win region. But we're going to make a run at it and make it farther than we have in the previous years.
And this is one of my
Absolutely.
favorite questions to ask athletes. What is your favorite restaurant to eat at in London?
That's a hard question. Usually pregame meals, I eat Creekside, which is a sandwich shop. It's so good. I usually eat it before every game.
where's
I've,
that
ne-
at?
I've never heard of that.
You haven't? It's out there. I'm really terrible at directions. Let me just tell you. But it's a little sandwich shop, and they make homemade sandwiches and like milkshakes. It's so good.
What's it
Edward,
called?
next time we're in London, you know where you're taking me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Edward.
So, what you kind of halfway answered my first question. I was going to ask you about your pregame ritual. So we know where you go to eat at, but what do you do after you eat before the game?
So I usually go home and take a nap. That's a much needed thing. I think I've napped before every game. So I go home, get a nap, and then I wake up and get ready for the game and get focused, and that's about it.
We knew we
You
loved
can't go wrong with
Bella.
the nap.
Nuh-uh.
Anybody talks about naps, they're right in with us.
Yeah,
I mean,
I need a
Well,
nap
see, you
always.
go food then nap. But yeah, listen, you got it right there.
Yeah.
So looking at what stats have been posted as of right now, it looks like you're on a tear out there. So what have you seen in defenses that are allowing you to be able to do what you're doing?
Yeah, we have two very key players on our team, Brooke Nicholson and Marielle Claybrook. And I feel like most defenses are trying to limit them to their scoring and will try to at least. And I feel like that's leaving me, along with my two other players on the court, open for threes or open to attack. And I feel like that's where our offense is getting going is, hey, defense is worried about these two players. What can the other three step up and do? And I feel like that's the role that we're playing.
All right, well, I mean that's a great answer. So now I'm gonna have to lead you into out of the classics that you've played, the tournaments that you've played in, which one was you looking forward to playing in the most?
Um, I know it was in the WYMT Classic, but Knox Central. It was a game that I was looking forward toward the whole season. They had them ranked ahead of us in many of the rankings in 13th region, and that just kind of put us at like, wow. And we just had something to go out there and show, and I felt like that's what we did, and it was enjoyable.
Well, I mean, y'all have been putting on a show. That's for sure. But you did just come back from the Rocky Top Sports World. That little classic. So how hard is it to be a athlete knowing that you have all that around you? To see if it was Mark and me, we'd have the whole team done kicked out and sent back for the first game because we'd be out, trying to enjoy life and go to the game tired.
Yeah, Mahan had us an agenda. He had us an agenda every day, which was game first, and we did everything we liked afterwards, like go to the water park, which was a very good team bonding moment. But we were there to take care of business first and to get better, and I feel like that's exactly what we did.
So did they have like a certain like time that everybody got to practice, or did everybody have different locations that you got to practice at?
It was kind of like an AAU setup. I will just say we just showed up and played games. We just went down there and played a game every day, and kind of how Mahan talks to us now. Our games are to make us better, and we're not really focusing on the other opponent. We're just saying, hey, what do we need to get better at? And that's what we're working on in games.
So this is probably my all-time favorite question to ask. Out of your time playing basketball, it could be playing in the backyard with friends, at a park, shooting in your grandma's kitchen, a varsity game, it don't matter. What is your favorite memory all time playing basketball?
I will have to say the first game of the Sweet 16 my sophomore year when my sister was a senior, when she hit the winning layup to beat us past Frederick Douglass to make us to go lead eight.
I can see that.
Yeah, it was,
So, but I mean, that was a great moment. It was actually watching that and seeing that. I mean, that was a great moment. But
yeah.
Mark, before I show her a few things,
um, you don't have to answer this, Bill, if you don't want to, and maybe it might be in some of your fans. Maybe come on, play. You need to play. You need to play. But that's a story for another day. But we also know you're really talented in another sport too. But that's for another time and day. But was there any certain reasons that led you back into playing basketball, or was it a gut deal, or were just let's do this my senior year?
Yeah, so obviously didn't play my junior year, which I strongly regretted by the end of the season. But I was like, hey, softball, I felt like I was going to play softball at the next level. And I was like, I think I want to sit down and focus on getting better every day at softball. But this coming year, I joined kind of late, I will say, but I woke up and I was like, I don't want to regret this for the rest of my life. So I went and talked to Coach Mahan. I was like, Mahan, I know you're about to kill me, but I want to come back. And he's like, let me see what I can do and blah, blah, blah. And from there, I knew I want to be on the court. And I feel like that's changed my perspective this whole year. It's not really about all the points I score or what I do, it's just being out there with my friends.
Absolutely. I didn't know if it was for, a bunch of people, after the softball tournament. Come on, boy, boy, boy. I didn't know if that had anything to do
My
with it.
family was like that all year. And I just kind of tuned them out. And I was like, okay, whatever.
No, but no, I'm kidding with you, but we know um, again, you're a senior, and I believe there's a couple more seniors on your team, Brooke and maybe Abby, I believe, three seniors. Um, of course, you've been, I guess, you're a leader on the team this year, and what advice you have for the underclassmen coming under you, and just get them in the position that they want to be.
Enjoy every game and don't take a moment for granted. Because obviously, where I came from and not playing my junior year, every second counts on the court, and it goes by a lot faster than you think. Because now I'm a senior, and I look back like, wow, I was just winning 2 state championships in middle school, like yesterday. It felt like. Just take it every day and enjoy while you can. Enjoy your friends, but when it's game time, take it serious.
But Bill, I'll let you go on my part. I just want to just thank you for coming on. I know you got a busy schedule, and we got to thank all school and life going on too.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're staying safe and warm off these roads tonight. It's treacherous out there.
It is.
But you've been a pleasure to cover. I know this ain't the end of the road yet. We'll probably have you on several more times, not only on this sport, but maybe another sport too.
Maybe.
Well, I know we sent these to you, but we didn't get the chance to ask you which one of the two that you like the most.
And
Mark
here goes
already trying to bribe you.
as he does
No,
always.
I just rub my.
That's his story. But I actually did put multiple of these together because I didn't know which color would look the best, so I just ultimately went with white. But
Oh yeah, I like that one. Okay,
so
That's pretty hard. Let me see the first one again. I think I like the first one better.
See, Mark, the
see,
initial.
see, we knew we liked her. We got to bring her on every show. She likes the first one. She likes eating and she likes napping. So I mean,
Yep,
Well,
it's
that's me.
win-win.
eating and napping, that's two out of the three most important.
Yep,
So.
that's me.
But Bella, I do want to thank you first off for coming on and taking your time. And from everything that I've seen, you're killing it. Your team's killing it. You kill it in another sport too. We got to see that firsthand on multiple occasions. But just keep doing what you're doing, and we're looking forward to covering you more this season.
Well, thank you guys for everything.
Well, thank
Brian,
you.
got anything for her before you let her go?
I would say thank you and best of luck to you and the rest of the season.
Thank you guys.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.
And
Awesome.
this guy right here. I am going to give him a little bit of a shout out. This is Hunter Jennings. Just in case y'all don't know, he does cover the western side of Kentucky sports, and he does do an amazing job. And I want to thank him for. And this is what he told us: you guys do an awesome job covering Eastern Kentucky high school athletics, and he helps cover the Western high school side. He's especially more based in the second region, but he covers the majority of the Western side of Kentucky, and he does a phenomenal job. So, and Hunter,
And
thank you for shouting, giving us a shout out there.
Hunter,
Man, that's
you're more than welcome to come on their shows anytime you want to. You can send any of your athletes on their shows anytime you want to. It would be our pleasure to cover them. It would also be our pleasure to even talk to you. Just educate us about some of the schools that we don't know a whole lot about around the 13th region. But it'd be a fun little show to have you on.
that's
Absolutely.
really. I mean, that's really we don't never see the second region hardly. So I mean, that's something that could enlighten us.
So are we ready for our second guest?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll bring him on. We're rolling tonight. Trent Cole from Harlan County, and want to first off thank you for coming on, and hopefully you're home and safe, and not out on these ice roads right now.
Yep, I'm home right now.
Have the college school off at Harlan County yet?
Yeah, they called it off probably like they called it off early today. I was a little surprised about how early they called it off. But I'm always happy about that.
Yeah. Well, they just called off my school here. Right at the beginning of the show, and I was fixing to do a cartwheel, but if I know that do that, I'd break something, and it wouldn't have turned out right. So I'll get sleep in a little bit, I guess,
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah, for sure.
Uh, Trent, I just again want to thank you for coming on. Saw you the other night, and the performance that you put on, definitely, you can see the improvements going. So just again, just if you don't mind, just talk a little bit about your season so far, not only you as an individual, but your team season.
I feel like we're a pretty strong team. We got three good seniors, Maddox and Brody Napier and JC Carter. I mean, I feel like we got pretty good leadership there. And then with the way the season's going, I feel like we've lost a few games that we could have won. But I mean, you can't win every single one of them, man. We've played in some pretty good tournaments so far.
Um, I'm going to reverse you up a little bit about, talk about last year. Got to the state championship. Just speak a little bit about that and just the memories with that.
I wasn't even at HC last year.
Oh, okay. So that I guess answers that.
Yeah.
But with Harley making that kind of run, how do you think that it? How do you think that pulls over to this year?
I mean, like everybody that got to play last year, they were just so much more experienced. That, I mean, playing at Rupp Arena, I mean, it's a crazy game. So they're just by far like got a lot of experience.
But I'll let Ryan and Edward ask you some questions.
Uh, this is one of my kind of favorite ones I like to ask, and I usually don't lead off with it, but I'm gonna lead off with it tonight. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at in Holland?
Um, if I had to choose, I would say Sazon. It's a Mexican restaurant.
It seems like most of them's picking Mexican restaurants anymore. What about Dairy Hut and Racks? Does nobody eat there no more?
I mean, you got a few people, but most of it's just all Mexican.
Me, I could go for some Max right now. But just kind of just talk about your head coach and Kyle Jones and what he did for you and your team this year.
I mean, Coach Jones is very passionate about all of his players. I mean, he's always instilling confidence in all of us, making sure that we all do what we need to do and not letting us go shorthanded like into our games.
And then my last one here that I'm gonna ask, looking at, I know you played a lot of tough games this year, but what was one game that you couldn't wait to play in?
I would probably say Lloyd Memorial in the Ashland tournament that we played at. I mean, coming into the game, they're the second ranked team in the state, so you always want to play in those games.
Absolutely, and and note it, you did beat them by 9, so I mean that's a huge win playing the number 2 ranked team in the state.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get to cover you some last season, and then I've got to see you play again this season. I've seen, the improvement. So, what did you do in the off season to be able to get to where you're at right now?
I feel like the main thing was gaining weight and getting stronger. Like from my 8th grade season to now, I've gained a lot of weight and gotten a lot stronger. I feel like that was one of the biggest improvements that I needed to make. And obviously, just playing a lot of AAU tournaments, going everywhere, and then obviously staying in the gym all the time.
Absolutely. So I gotta ask you. Back in my time, they didn't really have like AAU travel ball stuff like that. So, what would you consider one of the biggest differences in AAU ball versus the varsity level?
I would say that AAU basketball is a lot like faster paced games. I just feel like it's just faster paced, and you're playing a lot more like different teams, and you play some really good people in AAU.
Okay. So, looking at your schedule, you all haven't shied away from anybody. I mean, you've played teams out of Florida, South Carolina, Lloyd Memorial, like you said, Ashland, Fleming County. I mean, you've played everybody. So playing a schedule like that, how does that help you come time to play in district and your region teams?
I feel like it just like it keeps you more prepared for that. So like not every game's too big for like just a win. I mean, it's just obviously getting more experience too playing those better teams that you ain't playing every day.
Absolutely. So now I got to ask you this because now, like, I've got a pregame ritual. Like every time before I come to cover a team play ball, I have to stop by Taco Bell and get me something to eat and get myself ready. So, what would be your pregame ritual?
Um, I would say come home from school, gotta take about an hour long nap, and then
Here we go.
on my way to the gym, you gotta stop by a gas station, get some Sour Patch Kids.
Wow.
That's about it.
Hey, you can't go wrong with Sour Patch Kids.
No, you cannot.
Listen, I try to get those all the time, but my actual kids eat them. They take them from me, so I don't ever get to eat them.
Oh yeah.
I want some Sour Patch Kids now.
Well, hey, Mark, go buy some and bring them to me.
I can't. I'll kill myself. I'll break a hip out there in the driveway tonight.
So, what would you consider like your all-time favorite memory? It can be playing at the park with some friends, playing, in the kitchen at your house, a varsity level game. What would be your all-time favorite memory in basketball?
I would say my 8th grade year at Bath County, we was playing Bishop Broussard, and I hit 10 threes that game.
Wow.
Oh, so was you just feeling it that game and just said, "Give me
I,
the ball"? Or?
I don't know what it was that whole tournament. There was just something about it.
Maybe we need to tell Coach Jones to put you back in that kind of tournament.
I guess so.
I mean, 10 threes in one game, that's a whew. But I know Ryan kind of asked you a little bit of this, but without it being a tournament, what team was you looking forward to playing against the most this season?
I'd say other than Lloyd Memorial, I'd probably say Ashland. They're just a strong team Xander, he's a tough player. He makes everybody around him better, so it's just hard to compete against those teams.
Absolutely. So, my final question before I get you back over to Mark: Do you prefer playing the more faster paced teams, or do you prefer like the more physical style teams?
I'd say faster pace. I love fast paced games.
Absolutely, but Mark,
Um, again, you spoke about this being your first year, but that the rivalry between Harlan County and Harlan, are you? I mean, what's your thoughts about that? The atmosphere there the other night when we covered it.
I mean, no, like I already said, Harlan and HC games are always crazy. Everybody from Harlan is at that gym, and it's always packed out. So it's just, it's always fun. You see everybody that you know there.
Um, you don't strike me as being a trash talker, but that conversation comes up quite a bit. Edward's a trash talker, and I am too. Ryan lets his game do the talking there, but when you see these guys outside from here, do you trash them a little bit, or you just all friends outside the court?
Most of the time outside the game, I'm just friends with them, but inside it's sometimes a little bit of a different story.
So Trent, you can say you can turn it up if you need to, right?
If I have to, I guess.
But just looking at the remainder of your schedule, and we know what your team's ultimate goal is. It's every team's ultimate goal. So what is it going to take for you and Harlan County to get your ultimate goal?
I just feel like we're gonna have to keep on competing. Like just and we gotta keep on like playing as a team. I feel like that's one of the biggest things. Like we just gotta keep it going, gotta keep on competing against every single team that we come across.
Absolutely. But again, I want to thank you personally for coming on and hope you stay safe and stay out of this miserable weather and we'll all get through it together. And just again, thank you for coming on. I know you got a lot of things on your platter between school and basketball, but we're wishing you personally the best of luck at Harlan County.
Thank you.
So before we let you go, I do tend to put together a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and after the show's over with, I will get them sent out to you. But I do want to kind of get your thoughts on which one you like the most, whether it's the first one or the second one.
All right. Oh yeah, I like that one. Okay.
So out of the two,
I'd say first one. I like the first one.
there you're 0-2, Mark. 0-2. There's nothing wrong with the original,
That's what I've said since day one.
but you know, again, Trent, you're killing it from everything that I've seen, especially after I got the coverings the other night. Your team's killing it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how far y'all are going to go this season. There's only one thing left to do, you know, other than win region. That's to bring the hardware home. So,
Yep.
that's best of wishes to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great interview. I want to post this up before we bring Amani on, and we're getting a lot of love tonight. You want to read that, Edward?
Well,
Or?
yeah, I got this. This is Brandon Kidd. This is the guy that's over the Rowdy Raiders Sports Network. So he does cover basically everything Macquarie Central. I've
Yep.
got to talk to him a few times. This is a great guy, and he does his best. He actually drives a truck for a living, so he does what he can. But he said, "Love what you guys are doing. I understand the work that goes on behind the scenes to promote the student athletes. You guys are one of the first media sites I turn to as I try to cover the athletes of Macquarie Central on the Rowdy Raider Sports. You guys always have awesome content. So, for all of our viewers that's watching, check out Rowdy Raider Sports. He does cover everything Macquarie Central, and he does do a phenomenal job. And Brandon Kidd, I do want to thank you for the shout out.
Brandon, anytime you have time, give us a shout out. We'll bring you on this show. We'll talk to Macquarie Central Sports. You can educate us about Macquarie Central. We've had a few of your athletes on this show, and they're always a pleasure to have on the show. And again, you're more than welcome to come on and be another good show. Have him on here too. And about truck driving, I work for USA, so I know all about hauling them 53 footers all over this country. So, yeah, just be safe out there and keep rolling. But are we ready for a third guest? Ryan, are you ready? Ryan is
Absolutely.
ready. Ryan's got the game face on. I've got the game face on. Hey, you got the Mountain Dew. I've got the coffee. And again, thank you to all of our viewers. Edward Rod, you see these views. I know you see them. But these good views. So yeah, but again, thank you to the viewers, and hopefully we're putting together you a good show. With that being said, let's bring on Amani Wynn. And Amani, I'm not going to call you old, but it seems like I've had you on the show for a few years now. So,
I've been on here a couple times.
but, but folks, the one thing about Amani is anytime you ask this young female anywhere, yeah, when you need me, I'm a gamer. I mean, that's what she told us there the other night. She's anytime we needed her. And I think we've even changed the time on her a couple times already. But that's Amani. She's just a gamer. She just goes with it. And she's again, thank you for being patient with us tonight. And when you get our age, you can move a little bit slower and all that other stuff. But we'll blame that on Edward.
All right.
And oh, by the way, if you get a cough after this show, blame that on Edward too. Yeah,
Well,
everybody gets a cough. It seems.
I
Ryan
seem
knows
like I
all.
think I'm the only one that hasn't coughed so far.
Yeah, we bring her stash to the
uh,
show.
See, I'm the only one that don't have the cough drop, so you can't blame me.
Okay, Amani, before we start this interview, we got to ask you. Okay, I'm drinking coffee. Ryan's drinking Mountain Dew, and if I'm guessing, Edward's drinking some kind of. I was fixing to say energy drink. So
So I done that this morning.
I didn't know which one you preferred, like energy drinks, pop, or coffee, or if anything else you prefer.
I'm just drinking my water tonight.
See, Amani does it right. She's healthy. That's the reason why we're old and out of shape.
Yeah, I'm
And
way
she's
more
drink-
healthier than this.
Well, that rot your kidneys away in 2 years, right? I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. I need to stop it.
But Amani, just talk to us a little bit about the season, how it's going.
Um, so far this season, I feel like we're doing good. I wish we would have won some games that we haven't and we've come up short on, but I think we're building to we have All A coming up. I think that we played a lot of good games to prepare us for that, and then obviously the district at the end of the season.
Of course, nobody's been watching, sports around here if they don't realize how talented of an athlete you are. And I believe I've already asked you this question, and I'm going to ask you again if you don't care, so the folks can chime on it. But um, what's the plans right now after high school? Because of course you're a very talented athlete. You could probably go into about whatever you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm looking at a school outside Johnson City, but I've not made anything official yet. So
Is it going to be softball or is it going to be something else or
it's
you
gonna
just
be basketball.
or basketball? Okay, well that's why I don't know why I said softball. I'm tongue tied to that, but basketball. So is that really the school you're looking at, or are you looking at others schools other than that?
That's probably the main school I'm looking at.
Okay. But if you do commit to that school, let us know, and if we can come up there and cover it, send us some stuff. Let us put it on our stuff and congratulate you. And also, when you get to the school, if you want to give out some free tickets, some poor guys. But I can talk to you all night long. I'll let Edward and Ryan.
You want to go ahead, Ryan, or you want me to?
Yeah. What is one game this season that you could not wait to play, or is still coming up to play?
I'm gonna have to say the HC game. It's always a fun game. It's our biggest rival, so I like playing those games or any district game really. They're always fun and the atmosphere is always really good.
Yeah, I know y'all played a pretty good schedule and everything. What do you think about the schedule that's prepared you so far for district, regional, and postseason play?
I think our schedule prepares us for we're playing better teams outside of what we usually see. So it's preparing us for the talent we have in our region, in our district. So our Christmas tournaments, I feel like we played a lot of really good teams, and that's going to help us for the end of the season and games coming up.
And this is what I love to ask. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at in Holland?
Taco Bell.
Oh,
There's not a lot though, so.
Ryan, can I cut in on your questions?
Yes.
When you say Taco Bell, we all like Taco Bell. We all agree with Taco Bell. But Edward, he likes Taco Bell, but he won't eat at a Mexican restaurant.
That's crazy.
Well, it
She answered
is,
that pretty quick. She answered that pretty
but
quick.
here's my rebuttal to that. I can't read nothing on the list.
Burrito, taco, right? I'm
See,
out here
you
to
know,
anything else.
when me and my wife goes in there, she says the stuff all nicely, and then I'm like, just a glass of water.
A burrito deluxe or a burrito with taco combo.
But
Yeah,
I do got to ask before I interrupt Ryan. What happened to Dairy Hut Racks? Does nobody not eat there no more?
I actually had rags the other day. It's not my favorite. Dairy Hut, I usually just go for like the sweets, like the ice cream and hot fudge cakes. That's what I go to Dairy Hut for.
Is
Hey,
that like
listen,
what the last rack standing in the world or something?
I think so, maybe.
listen, that Racks has been there since I was a kid, and that's about 105 years ago. So, I mean,
I am going to tell on Edward
But
here.
I bet Amani would go into a Mexican restaurant and actually order stuff off the menu and probably
Yeah.
like it.
I do love my We have our Mexican restaurant. I eat there a lot.
Cheese sauce on everything, or do you like the red sauce?
Cheese sauce.
well, see,
Yeah.
I'll go order too. I'll point at it, but I bring it to my wife. I don't need it.
I will. I am going to tell Edward before he gets over to you. I was down with him covering the Pineville one on the 26th of December. I brought back Mexican. He asked me where his was when he don't eat it.
Well, I was going to give it to Chris and tell him I spent $25 on it. You know, I mean, but you know, I do know. You know, they did talk a little bit about your schedule, and you know, it looks like you all made a pretty good little trip to UVA Wise to play. It looks like Lee and then East Side. So tell me how like that trip was, and you know, like the environment up there.
I thought it was really cool. I mean, we got to play on a college court our first game of the season, and had 2 good wins. And then I felt like the competition was really good, especially at the beginning of the season. So I think that like prepared us a lot also.
So, you know, looking at it, you've played in, you know, quite a few classics, tournaments, and stuff like that. So, how is, you know, playing that style of schedule going to help you all later on throughout the season?
Having to play like the games like back to back days and not really being able to like rest your body is going to help us at the end when we have to go and play back to back in the district, or if we like when we make it to the region, having to play consistent days and being able to like have your body prepared for that.
So, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but the All A, it's this coming Saturday and
Yeah.
hosted at Millsboro, correct?
Yes.
So, and I'm pretty sure if memory serves me right, y'all won the 13th Region All A last year.
Yes.
So what's it going to take for y'all to repeat that this year?
Well, we just have to play our game and play together as a team and be ready for any competition because we've really not seen any of the teams in the tournament yet. So we really don't know. But I think if we just play our game and how we know how to play, we'll be fine.
Absolutely. So you know, I've covered you, you know, a few years now. So I'm gonna have to ask you, what do you do in the off season, because the improvements there every year, every game. So what are you doing in the off season to get yourself better?
Just like playing AAU. I usually play AAU and that helps. And then just getting in the gym whenever I can and getting extra work in.
So talking about AAU, they really didn't have that back in mine and Mark's days, because that was back in the Stone Ages. We shot with a rock. So what would you consider one of the biggest differences between AAU and varsity level?
I think you have like a bunch of people that like are really good and you're going against a good talent, and like the speed of the game is way different. Not as many like fouls and stopping the game like high school and you can kind of just play.
Absolutely. So, I do got to ask you this too. You just hit a huge milestone, if I'm not mistaken. I think you got, if I'm not mistaken, it's over 2,000 points. So,
Yeah.
so give me your thoughts on being in that elite class.
I was kind of shocked because I didn't realize how close I was at the end of last season. So I was pretty excited that I hit it kind of early in the season. And it was just cool to have my name up there.
Absolutely. So before I get you back over to Mark, I do got to ask you this. This is probably my favorite question. So what would you consider your all-time favorite memory in basketball? It can be playing at a park, playing, basketball in your kitchen, varsity, anything.
Probably it was last year when we won the All A. It was so much fun, and it was good with my team, and my little sister was on the team, so I made it better. It was all really fun.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the first time since 2017.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure.
See, my memory ain't as bad as I thought it was, but yeah, but y'all played a heck of a tournament, and them games was amazing, and I'm looking forward to getting down there and hopefully getting to cover yous again during this All A tournament.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
Mark,
I do plan on being there. I might be late for the second game, but I will be there. Got a birthday dinner to go to first.
Amani, I'll tell you a secret. Edward was telling you when we played with Barack. The reason why I was an All American, because when guys would blow by me, I would just take the rock and I'd hit them in the back of the head, and I would be able to take care of my competition like
Right.
that. So
Yeah.
I had like the sidearm approach to it. Oh yeah, that took care of my competition.
Yeah, I bet it did.
well, see, that'd probably be cheating nowadays, but see, back in our day, that was a pass. So
Yeah, that was a pass. Like I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to knock you out. So now it'd probably cheat and foul something like that.
Something crazy.
But that's how the whole term "no blood, no foul" started back in their day. So, but Monty, of course, I've been known to hit the hard to hit questions, so I'm hoping you're ready for these. I got a couple of them for you. Okay, I'm just
I'm ready.
hoping you're ready. Okay, she's ready. Okay. Hey, I don't know, like some of the newcomers on your team. You could go with, I think you're part of two other seniors, Kylie and maybe Abby. I think three seniors on.
Yeah.
Okay, you and some of the other girls you know really well on your basketball team. Okay, they're in a van. Okay, they're driving down the highway. No coaches, no school officials or nothing. Just you and the girls hanging out. The van tears up. Who's gonna get out there and fix
Um, Probably. Oh gosh,
it?
I don't know. I don't know if any of us could.
So,
Honestly,
so you're calling Ryan to come with a couple of wrenches to try to fix it for you?
I probably would have to call him.
Yeah, Ryan, you better get out there and fix the van for him. They ain't gonna sit out there all night. They ain't gonna wait for you. Okay. Ryan comes there after 4 hours. He had to eat, shower, do all that stuff before he got to you. It's 4 hours later. He finally gets to you to fix the van. But then you just find out the van is low of fuel. You go to the gas station. Who's gonna pay for the gas?
I would probably pay for the gas.
Well, I would tell you, if it's me, Ryan, and Edward, Edward would have a pocket full of money and say he didn't have a dime, and it'd be me or Ryan having to pay for it.
That's the best way to go.
well, what he's failing to tell you is it's wear and tear on my vehicle that we're using.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, you just finally get home after getting the van fixed and fuel. You're going to somebody's house, Netflix and chill. Somebody gets hungry. Who's gonna get up and cook for the team?
Cook for the team. Maybe Abby. I feel like Abby could cook something up for us.
Well, why do you think she'd fix for you?
Probably something easy. We're not very picky people. We eat about anything.
Like ramen noodles for everybody.
Ramen noodles and cut mac and cheese, something. A sandwich.
But one more hard hit question, okay? You did pretty good on the first one. Okay, between me, Ryan, and Edward, if we're playing a game of 21 or something like that, who's going to win it?
Between y'all three?
Yeah. We wouldn't challenge you.
I was gonna
You
say,
just,
if I mean,
yeah, we do better than that.
I will have to say maybe Ryan.
Well, Ryan played like what 17 years of tennis or something like that, so he can
Four,
boogie
four,
on
years,
that.
I
four,
feel like
four
he'd be
years.
super fast and just run
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, the backward force stuff, and
Yeah.
he was like the John McEnroe of tennis or something. Well, I've heard about him. He hit the ball, then get mad, argue with the refs, throw a racket, but but I just really want to thank you for coming on. And again, we knew you was going to be a great interview and stuff like that. And we knew we could get some laughs out of you too. That's all that matters. Laughter's the best medicine at times, and you get it. And again, I just again want to thank you for coming on. I want to just wish you personally the best of luck in your future. And when you do decide again for the next level, please let us know. Uh, One of us will try our best to get up there and do our best to cover something for you. Or if we can't, just send us some stuff. Let's make you some graphics. Let's put you out there because you're more than deserving of that. And you're going to be one of them that's going to be very missed whenever you do go to that next level. And we've always thought the world of you. But again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
So, Amani, we did make you a couple things, and on the first one, I couldn't come up with a color. So I actually put two of them together, and I'm gonna let you decide which color you like the best.
Okay.
So I got a green and black one and a white and black.
Okay.
But
He's trying to bribe you.
No, I just
so
wave that fly away.
yeah, that's his story. So the first two are going to be exactly the same, but the last one's going to be different. So
Okay.
out of the two different graphics, just tell me which one you like the most.
Okay.
So that's the green and black.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with the first one.
So out of the first one, which color did you like the best?
The green and black.
I was hoping. I was hoping.
I was gonna say the same thing. I like that one too.
Yeah, it looked very good.
See, Mark, you're 0-3. We got to bring Amani on all the time. She likes Taco Bell. She likes the first one, and
And she might
and
also,
she can beat you in 20. She can beat you in a game of 21 by 21. So I mean, it's a win-win.
well, I would probably try to play a game of horse with her because I be hitting these granny shots. I don't know if I might be too embarrassed to try to take them or not.
I would take them because I can't lose. I hate losing.
But Amani, I do have to say, I'm looking forward to getting to cover you again this season. And from what I've seen, you're killing it. Your team's killing it, and just keep doing what y'all are doing, and looking forward to getting to see you again out there.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Ryan, do you have anything else for her?
Oh yeah, I said thank you, and I do hope to see you on Saturday at the LA.
Yes, I hope to see you guys there also.
Just keep on keeping on. We're your fans. Just keep on keeping on, and don't ever change. You're gonna be really really missed when you do take that next step forward. And but till then, we'll be pulling for you. We're your fans.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's an awesome interview, and wow, these views. Thank you, viewers. Absolutely, boom, still up double digits, and wow, double digit likes, double digit views. And just to thank you for all that love. And Ryan, before we do our pitch and thoughts, you put up a few things that you made up. We'll let you have the
Yeah,
floor and post some of them things. Explain what you're doing there.
what I did today is since I've been at the house all day, basically snowed in, I decided to make some grass for the week. I'm gonna try to do this on a week-to-week basis, so it's easier just to show everybody. Here's what games are happening around the region. Some of these are going to change due to weather. So if there's any changes, please send us a message and we'll get it out there that the game's been canceled, postponed, moved to another date. But this is all the girls' games for the week. Of course, tomorrow, as you see the games on the screen or your phone, and then games on Tuesday. There is no games on Wednesday, and then the games on Saturday. I believe Saturday is the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. And then that's all of the games on Saturday. And then this has come off of the Harlan County's radio station's Facebook page. The 2A class that was being held at Harlan County this year has been moved to Tuesday night due to the weather coming in. And I'll get the other three. And these things are out of order by accident. So, but I will post these on the Facebook pages in the correct order. And then here is the boys' game. These are one of the two. I'll get them organized later. Yep, these are the boys' one. On the 6th, you can, since Rob Daniels already said it to us, the RA has been moved to the 7th. So there's only one game tomorrow, at least. And there is a typo on there, so by the way, so I will correct that, y'all. Well, wherever Mark went to, Edward.
Hey, it's Mark running off. He got camera shy.
Yeah, I do. But that's good. That's good stuff that you put together. And what we're going to do before we close shop up here and give our final thoughts, Ryan, if you can find it, go ahead and post our commercial one more time,
All right,
and then we'll give our final thoughts on just a very spectacular show tonight.
Yeah, and I will tell everybody this commercial is going to be edited where I'm gonna fix the sound and fix Edward's
We will
shot.
get it better, folks.
I promise it will be better. But here it is.
The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
And folks, I actually hit my shot. Actually hit it. Ryan airballed it. Edward airballed it. The people was in awe. They was like,
Thank you very much. Mine spin around the rim and came off. I
that's
didn't
your
airball it.
story. That's your story.
Well, I didn't see you make yours because I was actually, working at that point in time. I was doing interviews.
Ryan was
So
there.
yours
He
didn't count
filmed it.
either.
Ryan filmed it. Ryan, was it first shot, first hit?
I can't remember. It's on my computer here somewhere.
Oh,
See, that's your story.
oh,
You probably airballed yours, and me and Ryan about hit ours.
oh.
Yeah, while I was playing that commercial there, I was trying to get my quote up on my phone.
No,
But
again, thank you to the viewers. Thank you for all the love. Brandy and Mitchell, Brandon Kidd. I'm scrolling up here, get all these names. Hunter Jennings, Coach Daniels, Case giving some good news on there tonight. Thank you for all love. And trust me, even us old guys, we need a little love every now and then too. And your kind words help motivate us even that much more about doing even a better job and a better job and a better job. And we try our best. I messed up at least 2 times tonight. I got tongue tied twice on my interviews. We're not perfect, but we do our very best, and you're very appreciated. And again, Brendan Kidd or Hunter Jennings, anytime when you want to come on the show. We'll have us good old time. We'll just good old country boys talk a little sports and doing what we love and getting to be able to promote these kids the best way we know how. And again, Case Crowley, hopefully we'll get him on pretty soon. And it's a awesome night. Look at this. The views are still double digits. Again, wow. But I guess we need to close shop up. Ryan or Edward, if you want to say your finals or if you got anything to say before your final statements, go for it.
Yeah, I guess I'll start as I normally. I guess I do, but over Christmas break, got to see 2 good Christmas tournaments. Got to see a bunch of different teams that we never hardly get to see. Saw some teams at Whitley County down at the Cumberlands, team out of Nevada, out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I mean, just all kinds of good teams still. But I just want to thank both scores for allowing us to go and cover them. And then my final thoughts is good teams becomes great ones when the members trust each other enough to surrender to me and for we. And that's by name the great coach Phil Jackson. And another thing I'm going to say along with that, go out and support these athletes. Don't just sit at the house. Go out and actually cover.
Stealing my punchline, Ryan. But good job.
Ryan comes with the haymaker tonight.
It's a new year with me.
Great job. So, I'm going to kind of lead off the same way he did. I want to thank Bell County for allowing us to come up there and be able to do the interviews and make graphics for the Redmond Holiday Classic that they host every year. And I want to thank, Pineville and Coach Daniels and Alan Harris and everybody up at Pineville, the Mountain Lions, allowing me to come down there and cover all 3 nights of their Chain Rock Classic and allowing me to be able to make all their graphics and do their interviews to send to them for them to post up. So, I want to give Pineville a big, huge shout out for that. And I want to give a shout out to Middlesboro for allowing me to come down there and cover their Winter City Classic also. So, but I'm going to leave you all with this since Ryan stole my punchline. Success comes from knowing that you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming. John Wooden.
You go wrong, John Wood or Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson did coach the greatest of all time. And John Wooden might have coached the greatest team in the history of all sports. So yeah, you can't compete with either one of them. But that UCLA dynasty was just something that will never be repeated ever. It's just in the days of NIL, that will never happen again. That's Domination Incorporated. And Coach Daniel just said Mama's top 2. I go MJ and Mama.
And one more thing. Good thing Rob pulled it up. Shout out to Hustle Hoops. Go check them out. I mean, they do a great thing for the student athletes also. A huge shout out to Hustle Hoops.
Yep. You can't go wrong with Kobe there. And Kobe was just Kobe got better. I mean, he was great when he started, but by the time injury slowed him down, he just got better. The last few years was master. And even there, I can remember in one of the games for the championship. I forgot exactly who they was playing, but he wasn't scoring a whole lot of points, but he was doing all the dirty work, the rebounds, assists, and then you've got one of the greatest of all time. But just a shout out to Bella Sizemore and her North Laurel Lady Jags and what they're doing. Great work down there. And thank you for them allowing us to go down there and cover them and watch a really, really good game against them and Ashland and keep on keeping it on, North Florida. You're doing great. And get a shout out to Trenton. And we know what Harlan County's been doing around here the last few years. And shout out to Monty, and she's just been a great interview for many, many years. And again, a shout out to Coach Daniels and can't finish a test without mentioning Pommel in there. And I'm telling you, that boys or that girls team, they're coming after you. I mean, there's no easy outs when you go and play the Bible Mountain Lions. I'm telling you that right now. No easy out there. You going to have to bring it to them because they're going to bring it back. And that's and that's what they instill in these kids down there, and just great coaches, just a great family down there, great family atmosphere. But we're lucky; we just get to cover these. And Kobe, Jordan, Bird, LeBron, Coach, I'd flip Jordan and Kobe around, but yeah, I'd go. I'd definitely. I like that top four. And see, every day we're gonna comment about that because he's gonna go LeBron, 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 LeBron.
Nah, you can't go wrong with Larry Bird. I don't care who you are. If Larry Bird's not in your top four, you ain't never watched Larry Bird.
Well, I know, but I like his top four. I would just flop Jordan and Kobe, but that would be hard. But who knows what could have come out of Kobe too? He was fixing to break Jordan's record. Injuries got him. I mean, he would have probably got the sixth championship, and I mean, who knows? The Achilles injury really set him back. But again, just thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you for all the love, and thank you for all the support. As long as God gives us health and lets us breathe each and every day, we're going to go out there. We're going to try our very best for you. We're going to promote, and we're not going to be the best, but we're going to work the hardest, and that's all that really matters. I think we do it the right way. Everybody helps us does it the right way, and cannot say enough about you. But I want to leave you all with this. Since it's a weather day, the way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up the rain. Dolly Parton. From all of us at Bryant Family Medicine, all sports media, good night and God bless.